I was aware of your sarcasm there, Dennis.
Ah, there you go.
I am also recording this because, as the past has shown us, my internet connection likes to shit itself at the barest provocation.
Technology is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
So, I'll be recording that. Also,
Dr.
I finally
Crazy.
pulled my thumb out of my arse and arranged for the last 4 episodes to be up on YouTube. So over the course of the next 6 days, those will go up.
Oh, this would be for Frozen.
Not
Yep.
for the Frozen one. This is our Mist, Maelstrom, and Waterdeep, because I had to rip them and edit them bit by bit because I kept dropping. So at one point I had stuff I have recorded from my desktop versus stuff that broadcast on Twitch and mashed them together. Anyway, so it's been a while since we've been in Voarcel.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So, Dungeon Master Devillo, would you like to bring us up to speed?
I would indeed. The last time that we played, around about a year ago, we were in the city of Cosvelgrim, an old dwarven city that around 400 years ago had a rather nasty incident known as a cataclysm, where half of the city was swallowed up in a gigantic sinkhole. Over time, in the bottom of this sinkhole, a secondary town was formed, the goblin-owned town of Grimscar. Grimscar is home to several individuals of note that we'll get to in a little while, but we're not talking about the populated part of the sinkhole. Where we are at the moment is a region known as the Wilds. It is a desperate, terrifying place filled with all kinds of atrocities, aberrations that normally dwell deep in the Underdark. Around 400 years ago were relocated, shall we say, and with so many passageways and routes to places people weren't meant to go now open, the Wilds are not a place anyone sane wishes to be. This
Hello? Did we cut out?
or research.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Way through the various mines, noticing that the cartel had press ganged several of the local kobolds
Testing,
into
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, just give us a sec to let that reconnect. I dropped out just as
no.
you finished describing Grimscar.
Oh, son of a bee. Okay,
And
no
this
problem.
is why I'm not recording things! Look
Yeah.
at it! It's been stable for hours and now it's doing this. Okay, we should the stream should be back live again now.
Okay, no problem. So we were talking about Grimscar, and then we were talking about the Wilds. The long and the short of it is very nasty, bad things from the Underdark. And there is a goblin cartel known as the Dredgers, who are currently trying to dive deeper into the dark, looking to find something. An ancient ruin of a location long forgotten. An ancient city by the name of Nelial, which some believe was buried deep beneath Cusvel Grim. So, the leader of this cartel was a hobgoblin by the name of Natrix. You were tasked with tracking her down and dealing with her. You managed to infiltrate the mine, you found her hideaway, and you waited and you planned. However, while you were waiting, something strange happened. One of the guards started attacking his fellow cartel members, and in the chaos, a group of strangers appeared and started basically wiping out Natrix and her followers. In the middle of the combat, Natrix, the hobgoblin, transformed into a beast of horrific visage, a barghest. Well, you may not actually know what a barghest is yet, Seethe. But the fight seemed to go in the favor of these strangers. You stayed, you watched, you took notes, and as they were about to strike the killing blow, your target cast some kind of spell, teleported about 50 feet behind you, deep into a cavern to the north, and is currently running away. The rest of the people are following at a fast pace. So, I would like you, Seethe, to roll initiative and add yourself to the combat.
Delighted.
Okay, and also bear with me a moment because I actually need to get you to the right map. Again, for those of you who are watching the recording, the DM is currently working on just one monitor at the moment, so there's going to be a little bit of back and forth. And let's get the right music playing because we're not interested in her hideout, we're interested in some drama. Let's see, let's have some action music.
I really should look and see what spells Jurnis has.
Oh, this is a new map because nobody move anything because we are doing something a little bit different. We've already had the combat. We are now enjoying a chase. Yes, because if memory serves, Natrix is currently on 4 hit points. So, for those of you who are curious, Natrix used Dimension Door and managed to teleport 450 feet away from the party. We're currently going with the current turn order. Let me actually show CD. For some reason the screens... Let's see, 15, 16, 17. Let's just do that. Let's expand the bottom of the screen a little. And CD, would you, incidentally, we'll get to describing CD in a moment, but there you are at the bottom. So, what was it you got? You got a 9?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add you to the turn order manually because... Bibbidi-bop. And you are at 9. Okay, and Dog, did we not have Dog's turn order? I apologize.
I don't see any of us on the turn order aside from...
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just going to carry over from the other map.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I can see you all fine. So, if you bear with me one moment. Let's do it from descending. Do you see it now?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, well, not to worry. The DM can see it, and trust in your DM. So the bar guest, Natrix, she's already had her turn. She's dimension doored away, and she is running for the hills. Next up is going to be Chemise. So, this is how this works. You're in normal D&D rules, you have around, on average, 30 feet of movement. And then you have an action. In this, you can either do that, so you just move one square, and then you do some kind of action that's supposed to cripple your enemy. Or, what you can do is you can dash, or you can try pushing your luck to get 4 squares. And what you do by pushing your luck is you roll one of your skills, like athletics or something, and you need to explain what specific skill you're doing, and how, basically get creative with how you are chasing after this creature, or how you are tripping it up. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, okay then. So, Chemise, for the time being, unfortunately I don't have a character sheet. She is going to dash. Next up is going to be Jurnis. It is your turn, Jurnis. What are you going to do?
I'm going to dash and try and catch up.
Okay, so just do your 2 squares. Boop, boop. You are over here, by the way.
I see.
Okay. Boop. Alright then, next up is going to be Skullface. And Arcanus. Do we have a Seethe?
I think Steffi dropped.
I was doing the Discord.
Oh no.
Why does the internet hate us?
I know, it's wonderful. I'll be honest, I genuinely thought I would be past here now after the day I had, but no.
The draw of D&D is too powerful.
Yes, that and the massive pint of coffee that I'm injecting myself with to keep awake.
Delicious.
Okay, well, for the moment, we're going to come back to Skullface in a bit. Next up, Dog. What are you going to do? Are you going to dash? Are you going to try and do something creative? What's Dog going to do?
I think he's just going to dash.
Okay, just to remind you, if you do look on your character sheet, not to metagame, there are some abilities that might be of use, but you might not be in range yet.
Okay, that was my assumption. I imagine farting isn't really going to do anything for me.
I mean, it depends how forceful. I mean, if yeah, sure, this is going to be the first roll of the night because fuck it. Roll me a constitution check.
No, I can.
Okay.
I'll wait till I get closer.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll just dash for right now.
Not a problem. Okay.
Quick
next
clarification. How badly hurt was this thing?
It is bleeding profusely. It is currently on, let's see.
I believe it was 4 hit points.
Yeah, it is on 4 hit points.
Okay.
Oh, wait, nope.
That's
I'm
currently
sorry.
just over 400 feet away from me.
Just for the record as well, it is, yeah, you saw nothing. For the record, the way that this the way this is set up, you can't really see it directly because it has gone down a dark passageway. There's no lights down here, but you can hear it, and you've got a general sense that it is in that direction.
Okay.
You player, I have dark vision.
Ah, but there you go.
Only within 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That totally wasn't a knee-jerk reaction from a DM or anything.
And 60 feet is going to get you to here. That bar guest is way out of sight. So, is that you? Oh yeah, we've had Dog. Next up is going to be Tahu. What would you like to do? And to clarify, you don't just need to dash. You could use you could basically say you really push yourself. You try and do some parkour or something. And if you roll well, that's going to get you anything from 3 to 4 squares instead of just 2.
No, I'm just gonna dash.
No problem. Okay, next up is going to be Ang the Kung Fu Kitty.
The Kung Fu Kitty could probably close half that distance.
I was actually thinking about that. I have my movement, I have my dash, and then I have feline agility.
Would you like to link that for us to remind us all what feline agility is, you being a Tabaxi?
I would like to appease, or I don't know what the word. Appeal to the DM.
Yes.
Since you've implemented the system.
Yes.
To use that to double my total movement, not just my normal.
Okay, so basically you want to move 4 squares.
Yes.
That is not a problem.
Well, it does say when you move on your turn in combat, you double your speed until the end of the turn. So it would apply to a dash.
Yeah,
in any
agreed.
Of the roll sense anyways.
I always interpreted it as because a dash is an action.
Well, it's still until the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's the way I would have interpreted it as well. But I'm more than happy to let the DM rule on this.
Yeah, I'd say I'm with pretty much everybody else so far. I don't think that that's an issue. Seethe is still not in, is he? Bless him. Oh boy. Well, not to worry.
Discord just doesn't like him right now.
Yeah. Okay, so next up is going to be Graz. What would Graz like to do?
Graz is probably just gonna try and catch up, seeing as everyone else is bolting away. So, yeah, she does not have the range for that.
A reminder, just in case you forgot, Graz Hunter's marked the shit out of Matrix.
I was literally about to say that too. Yeah, the bar guest is hunter marked, so she knows where it is.
Okay, we'll say boom.
Let me quickly look at her character sheet real quick, if I can find it. Where's Graz's sheet? There it is.
It's been a while.
I wonder if she could do some cool ranger shit to try and speed up a bit. This is... No, that's only if I'm unseen, it doesn't work. No, there's nothing else she can do.
Not a problem. So just the dash for now.
Yep.
Next up, Sir Icrius.
Hello. I would like to remind the audience that I am a giant fucking bird with an impressive wingspan. Therefore, Dennis,
Yes.
my boy, my lad,
Yeah.
I am a paladin.
Yeah.
This thing has to go down. So Sir Icrius would literally tear himself apart in order to do so. As previously mentioned, he has giant fucking wings. He may not be able to fly in his armor, but can he like propel himself along to close the distance.
I would say that sounds like an athletics check to me.
That's fine. 17.
That meets it. So, do you want to describe exactly what he's doing as he's clambering across everybody else?
Well, I didn't have a description prepared, but I'll wing it.
Dun-tish.
Wasn't intentional, but I rolled it. Alright, well... This is a filthy fucking demon. It has to go down. So he is just like running full spell, and once he has just enough room, out come the wings immediately, and he just flings them forward and just sort of like hurls himself off the ground, and does a run, does it again, and again, and again.
Heck yeah. You make it to about where Ang is. Okay. So you and Ang are currently running neck and neck, except you're basically in this frozen moment in time. Your wings have sort of like vumped down, and you're basically leapfrogging over Ang.
Oh yes.
Fuck yeah. Okay, next up is going to be Seethe.
Hello.
So all these people, I would actually say, given your position and everything, you are, I would say you're here. Basically, you see all the mayhem that's been going on. You heard the teleportational bamf of that thing appear behind you, running away. And when you look back over your shoulder, you see this mass of people charging in your direction. The two closest ones are this Tabaxi and this Arrocakkra in plate armor. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna try and hide.
Okay, give me a stealth check, please. I'd say with advantage because they're not expecting you.
Okay.
And their focus is elsewhere. Nat 20, yeah. I did say advantage. You are the stealthiest ninja who ever ninged. Dog has a question. What is your question, Dog?
I just realized my speed is 40, so can I move ahead 2 more squares?
No.
Bitch.
There is a reason for that. The way I've set up this particular, chase map, there are some people whose movement is 25. There are some people whose movement is 40. So, in the interest of fairness, I have narrowed it down to each square being 30 feet.
I gotcha. Okay, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, a good compromise leaves everyone miserable.
Okay, sorry, continue.
And I would also like to move 30 feet in the shadows.
Okay, yes, I will allow that. Yeah, that was an action. So 1 action and 1 movement, and you're like, nope, just 1 to the side. There you go. So, let me just double check the Discord. Do we have a... We have a Seethe!
Yeah. Bastard thing started working again.
Okay, so, TLDR, you can either use an action and a movement to just move forward 1 square, but do something to either hamper the bar guest or to perhaps increase the speed of one of your party members. You can either dash to move 2 squares, or you can use one of your skills in a creative way in order to get further ahead. And if you succeed in the DC, then you move 4 squares.
Depends on who's moving first, Icrius or Skullface.
On my sheet, technically it's Skullface and Icrius, but I am a kind and merciful bastard. It is your choice.
I'd say they both just dash.
Full dash both of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead then. Next up is going to be the bar guest. You can't quite see her, but I would say she's only going to move 5 feet and then pretty much because of the way this corridor is set up, it's like it's a cavern. It's slightly twisting, the floor is slightly uneven and everything, but it's very good at capturing and reverberating sound. And you just hear this, oh god, what's that? If anybody remembers, there was one surviving hobgoblin archer who ran this way earlier.
Oh yeah.
Seems needed a snack.
Boy, howdy, I sure hope she didn't restore HP from that, because that would suck!
Not for her. Next up, Chemise. You know what? In the interest, we'll just say because of Chemise, Chemise is gonna automatically dash. Unfortunately, I don't have a sheet, and I, can't really get too creative at the moment, unfortunately. But next up, we have Miss Jurnis Springsinger. What would you like to do?
Is there anything there that could speed me up a bit? No little minecarts or anything? That would be a terrible idea.
It would be a terrible idea, but you know what? There does seem to be a broken bit of rail. This does seem to be an area that was used at one point, but has been closed off. So, you never know. Are you willing to try?
No. Jurnis is not that brave.
Last thing we need is the Donkey Kong level.
Yeah.
This is the Donkey Kong
Jurnis
level.
Disappearing into a small, dark corridor. So yeah, she's just going to continue the sprint.
Fair enough, wimps. Skunkface, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I just want to check the range before I do this. So
I know how your mind works, Dennis. If that was something you just pulled out of your arse, it could only be bad.
I'm going to take a risk with this.
Yes.
I just need to double check on the range. Yeah, I can try that. Skullface is going to move 30 feet forward. So I grab his token.
Okay.
He's going to take out the Tisha, and with disadvantage,
yes,
he's going to take it. He's going to take a shot.
Okay, technically speaking, yeah, give it a whirl.
He's got 600 range on the gun.
Okay.
Kinda wish it was that 27, but
It's over 150.
Please
usual range.
One moment.
Yeah, regular range is 150 feet, disadvantage range 600. So.
67. I just want to confirm something. Apologies. It's like of all the things I was setting up, the one thing I forgot to get was the Barghest stats. It's been a hot minute. Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I've been.
Okay. Okay, so what was it you rolled? You rolled a 14. I am happy to say that's a miss. But a valiant attempt. Next
There's
up
no
is
much
going to
else
be
you can do,
Arcanist.
really.
Yes. What is up?
She's just going to. She's not. There's not much she can do at range, so
Okay.
she's just going to leg it.
Again, for the record, like Sir Icrius did, what you could do is you can go through your different skills. You can, basically get creative. Like Jurnis says, hey, is there a minecart there? If I do something really risky, yeah, there is going to be a minecart there. That's how this works.
Arcanist, why did you try the cart?
Wolf, but you're...
Back you! You
No,
try
not
the
much
fucking
you
cart.
can do.
Say that again?
There's not much she can do, so...
Not a problem. Not a
turn into a
problem.
wolf and...
Why did Graz shout back at me when I said that to Seethe's character?
Oh, I thought you were saying that to Grad. She was, yeah. She's very stressed. She is very, very stressed. We'll get into why shortly. So, next up, Dog. Good Dog. What would you like to do?
I guess I will just dash forward again.
Okay, no problem. Bork, bork.
Bork.
Okay, next up, Tahu.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Just dash?
Just same thing. I'm just gonna dash.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna actually expend my second wind yet.
Oh.
Okay. It's not gonna give me a whole hell of a lot, so it's not worth using it just yet.
I would say I would be kind, and I'd say if you wanted to expel your second wing, I would let you use that one-time ability to move an extra 2 feet.
What is a one-time ability?
Yeah.
And it just gives me another action anyway, so it's just like...
The other action could be another dash.
It just literally would be another dash, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. It's not giving me enough that it's gonna make it worth it for me to do anything following it up.
Fair enough.
I'm waiting on it.
Fair enough. Next up, Ang, Kung Fu Kitty. Everyone's catching up with you. It's getting a bit cramped in this corridor. But, what are you gonna do?
He's gonna try to go full nap. He is going to get on all fours, bare his claws, and try and bolt more.
Okay, now, what kind of skill would this be? If not athletics, acrobatics?
I mean, you're the DM.
That is fair. Which one would you say is higher? You know, just to get creative.
My acrobatics is higher.
Then I would say let's roll an acrobatics check. That definitely meets it. So you move 4 squares. Okay, so yeah, Seethe, you see this other Tabaxi basically, you know, like bang, bang, bang. First of all, you have this Arrocakkra who basically leapfrogs over him, but like the other Tabaxi is just on all fours. It's like at one point he's almost scuttling across the wall, just over your head, and he is behind you. So, next up is going to be Graz. What would Graz like to do?
She's gonna keep up. Go as quickly as her little feet will carry her.
Fuck you!
I was gonna say because she used athletics to try and get a little speed boost, but she's like a -1 to athletics.
I mean, no, well, I mean, you never know. Here's the thing. It doesn't have to be athletics. It's just, the point of this is be creative and take a risk. If it fails, here is the thing. If the thing you're trying to do fails, you're not going to take damage unless I'm feeling particularly vindictive. You just will only move 1 square.
Alright, well, let's try a little bit of acrobatics to try and cut a corner.
Okay, describe how Graz is basically doing this.
Okay, a little pile of dirt that's bigger than Graz that she would have to dart around. Instead, she basically four-limb crawls over this thing and bounces off the top.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that is absolutely fine. So she gets to move another 3 squares.
Excellent.
Okay, so she is just behind Ang now. All right. Next up, Sir Icrius. For the record as well, just so you're not rolling the same thing over and over again, once you've rolled an acrobatics or an athletics, you can't roll the same thing again.
Oh shit!
You need to get creative.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah! I'm back!
Oh, bugger. Alright, you know what? Fine. Is there a minecart?
Yes, there is. You see, literally, you're neck and neck with Jurnis, and you see her turn to look at the minecart. Just ignore it and keep going. You can get that minecart.
Fuck it. Icrius will take the minecart.
Give me a dexterity check, please.
20.
Fuck yes. Would you like to describe the majesty of this Donkey Kong moment?
Well, Sir Ix sees Jurnis consider the minecart for a moment and just said, no, too dangerous. And he's like, no. And he just shoulder checks into it, which pelts it a good few feet, gets it rolling, before he leaps in, and it starts careening downwards at an ever-rocketing pace.
Hell yes. That's 4 squares, sir.
Thank you. Boop, 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 boop.
I love this. So, Seethe, it is now your turn. The goblin girl is basically just near you. The Arrocakkra has just charged past you in a minecart. What are you doing? Are you staying put? Are you waiting for them all to go behind?
I would like to aid the Arrocakkra from the shadows, if that's okay.
Okay.
Are there any levers or anything which can change the direction of the track to a more direct route?
There actually are. As you look over your shoulder, you do notice that this particular stretch of rail that he's on, it was never finished. Basically, he needs to jump off in a moment or two. Otherwise, he is going to go careening into a wall. However, there is a turn signal, like basically one of those little connectors, and that rail does seem to go on for a little bit further. You could either, I would be kind and say, you could either swipe it with your tail or maybe to make a range shot against the, just the lever or something to activate it.
You know what? To save on arrows, she's going to do a bit of feline agility, and as she passes it, she'll turn it with her tail.
Cool.
Sure. Okay, give me a.
Stealth check.
What would this be? Let's say athletics.
Ooh, it's a strength one. Dang it. All right.
We are talking more. A 17 meets it. 17 is not bad. Incidentally, you've still got your advantage switched on there, my dear.
I know.
But yeah. Yeah. So you are moving forward 1 square as you're doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just for the record, you are no longer hidden. And Icrius and Ang, and basically everyone else at this point, as you two especially are charging past, you see this other person just appear out of nowhere, pull a lever, give Icrius a little bit of a wink, perhaps? And...
Yep.
Okay, that's that. Next up is the bar guest's turn, having finished its little meal, slavering with blood. It is going to look over its shoulder, and it is going to dash, because it has nothing else it can do. Chemise is going to do the same. Jurnis, it is your turn. That minecart looks really cool, by the way. You can't help but feel a little jealous of Sir Icrius.
So what's in front of me now? Is it a straight tunnel, or is it a winding back? Is it an open cavern?
It is. The best way to describe it is, it is starting to wind around a little. It has opened up a bit. There are no light sources here, by the way. But as you're looking ahead, you see every now and then little sparks and little bits of light coming from the bar guest. You do, so you can tell it's sort of there is nothing interrupting a direct line at the moment, but at any moment it could duck behind something else.
I'm trying to think how can I get quicker at this? My best skills are useless in this instance!
I would say this, you could try and get creative and find a way of delaying the bar guest's movement. Like, say, I don't know, like you strum a chord maybe and cause a landslide or a rock slide. Admit you're inside the cavern as well, so.
Could I use deception to try and disorientate it and get it confused in the tunnels to come back towards us?
You can try.
Oh, this is not gonna work. Let's play with the echoes. Sure, why not?
A 19 is work. So, yeah, I would say you move 1 square. However, on its turn, the bar guest is only going to move 1 because it is free. Actually, with a 19, I would say it actually does not move on its next turn because you really threw her.
Excellent.
Skullface, what are you going to do?
Yep. Skullface is going to dash. That's his turn.
Okay. Then Arcanus.
Is there anything long and flat made of metal nearby since you're on a slope?
Yes, actually there are. There are a few bits and pieces of broken rail that's nearby.
Oh, it needs to be flat.
Flat. Yeah, no, a rail. Like I would. What is it that she's trying to do exactly?
Snowboard.
Okay. There does seem to be a shovel, or maybe a couple of planks of wood. It wouldn't last long, but it might work.
Yeah, she's basically going to use a shovel to try and snowboard down.
Okay, and what are you rolling for this?
I'd probably say dexterity would be best for this.
That seems reasonable. Roll it. Yeah. Unfortunately, you only get 1 square, I'm afraid, and you are basically knocked prone as you. Yeah, the board goes out from under you. So, unfortunately, the next turn you will only be able to move 1 square as well.
Damn it.
Apologies. Next up is going to be the dog.
I just need to get within 120 feet of it.
You and me both,
Jurnis. I only need 150.
The dog, bork bork.
I was waiting my turn. I can't really do anything. I guess I'm gonna run a little bit and then I'm gonna roll around on the ground and that's it.
Okay.
In an attempt to do a cool somersault, but it's a dog, so.
Well, you never know. I mean, yes, he's quote-unquote just a dog, but give it a shot. You never know. Give me athletics. Acrobatics. In fact, no, let's make it acrobatics.
You know when you're playing Ocarina of Time and you roll to go faster? That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Oh, he spin dashes. 12.
Am I done again? God damn it. This is not helpful.
then he just rolls forward, and then just keeps doing it. It's the most surreal thing you have ever seen.
Yes.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Can you hear me? Nope. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hello. I am.
Oh no.
So
what did we miss?
I got the doggy was trying to channel Link, and someone said Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, you missed it. So, for the sake of the people who missed it, this is what happened. Dog, basically, it looked like he sort of stumbled and he like started rolling forward, but he just kept rolling and he got faster and faster. It was a Sonic the Hedgehog spin attack. And it was the most real thing you've ever seen. That happened. So, next up is Ang the Kung Fu Kid.
Well, let's see.
Did the music stop? Yes, it did. Why did it stop?
Because
it was just blown away by Tiberius' spin dash.
Heck yeah.
Like, even Cyberscape was like, hey, what?
Yes.
Also, I made a note, Sonic the Hedgehog might just be the title of the episode.
Yay! I'm a
Perfect.
star.
Doggy hero.
So, Aang is going to spend a key point to use Step of the Wind.
Okay.
And take his regular movement, his dash movement, and then a dash at the bonus action.
Okay, that is, I accept that. So once again, you are far out ahead of everybody else. Well done. The creature is, you are starting to get close to it. What's the range of your dark vision?
Dark vision is 60 feet, if I remember right.
Yeah, so basically that'd just be two squares, but so, and she's 240 feet ahead of you. Okay, but you gaining on her. Graz! Holy shit, who's that?
Alright, I reckon she's just going to try and keep scurrying along.
Okay, just a dash.
What distance is that now?
I was going to say, did she just overtake... yeah, that's 300 feet.
It is 300 feet. What's the range on her longbow? I think
320, I think.
Feet is the max.
I think it is, yeah. I'll double check.
Well...
I think it's 320.
Longbow!
If she's just dashed, she can't do anything else this turn. However, lest we forget, this individual isn't moving for her next turn because Jurnis distracted them.
That is true.
Jurnis?
Yes.
Graz has a longbow, yes?
Yes.
Max range on that is 600 feet.
Oh! Shit!
Ba-da-ba-bam! Oh well.
In that case... Move okay.
No take backs. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Next time.
Next turn, twang.
Yes. Okay, Sir Icky.
Hi! I have a dumb idea.
Oh, incidentally, by the way, what you're going, if you're doing, okay, let me just think now. So, Seethe basically has done something to your minecart. It is now moving faster. If you don't do anything, you are going to be able to move 3 squares instead of the normal 2.
Ooh.
If you do something and it succeeds, for this one time, you are going to move 5 squares.
Ooh.
If it fails, we'll see what happens.
Well, I said right at the start, this is important because Icrius is a paladin and that's a filthy fucking demon. So I'm gonna do my stupid idea. Seethe kind of beat me to it, actually. Seethe tried surfing on a shovel, so Icrius is going to try surfing on his shield. I'm going for Zelda for this.
Yes.
A lot of Zelda references.
Yes.
So, what would you like me to roll?
Okay, so the last thing that you rolled was that was a dexterity. I would say acrobatics.
Oh boy, okay.
What?
You know, I'm a kind person. I would say I'm going to give you advantage because Seethe is helping you.
Thank you. Please roll better, Icarus. No!
I'd say you basically... So here's what happens. Icarus, you hop onto the side of the car, you unsheath your shield, and you basically... You get ready to drop down onto it. Unfortunately, you're so focused on the floor. Basically, you know, one of those little lanterns that they have at the side of, mine shafts and everything. Yeah. That basically impacts you on the head, and you are not flying off the minecart. Oh, no. So, move 1 square, but you are now prone.
Oh!
I'm very sorry.
High risk, high reward.
Did he go full scorpion?
He went full scorpion. Seethe!
Anyone who doesn't realise what that means, it means that he flesh planted on his chest and his legs curled up and nearly kicked himself in his own back.
DM,
yes.
Would I try to cut off the empty minecart and hop aboard?
It is just within your movement if you were to dash. I would say give me an athletics. What was the last thing you rolled, by the way? The last thing you rolled was... that was an athletics. So, because you're running and you're jumping on, let's make it acrobatics.
Could I use feline agility to sweeten the roll a bit?
I would say you get advantage if you burn your feline agility ability.
Nice. Okay. Switch that to advantage.
Oh, I'm glad you did that. A 24. That's 4 squares for you. Icarus, you see this complete stranger who, did the thing earlier. Basically, she just leaps past you, jumps into the cart that you abandoned, and she is sailing off, riding it away. Maybe you should have stayed in it.
How degrading.
So yeah, Seethe, if you move 4 squares... So technically you're 1 square above, in front of Ang now. You okay there, Frux?
Oh, yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, you need to move 4 squares forward.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem. Okay, next up, the bar guest. She looks around, well, you actually can't really see what she's doing, you're too far away, but you probably just hear this snarl of frustration. That's her turn. Chemise just charges on ahead, and for those who are paying attention, which is nobody, she doesn't seem that tired. She just seems, her eyes are locked forward, unblinking, dead ahead. She is focused on her target. Doesn't seem to be out of breath for some reason. Weird that. Jurnis!
Alright. Do you remember the early Assassin's Creed games? Where the fastest way to lose them was to go on a box, then on a stall, then on a wall, and then grab the little crane hook to get flung around the corner?
Yeah.
Can Jurnis try something like that?
She can try. Let's see. What was the last thing you rolled? The last thing you rolled was a deception. Yeah, so sure. Yeah, either I'd say acrobatics.
I would like to go acrobatics.
Yeah, okay.
This is probably a very dumb idea.
It's a terrible idea, and you succeed. Describe what you do.
It's essentially that. There's little ore crane, so she's going to jump up on a rock, then onto a box, then off a tipped over minecart, and then she's going to grab onto the little crane and just kind of zip line and jump off the end as it starts to jerk to a close to get a little speed boost.
I love it. So yeah, move 4 squares. Well done. Next up is going to be Skullface. Unfortunately, you can only move 1 square, and you cannot take any actions on this turn. Arcanis, I believe.
No, that was Icanis who was prone.
Oh, my mistake. Okay, so what does
Skullface is going to move forward 1 step. He's going to spend his grip.
Okay. I would say it's going to be a straight roll then, but make it a good one.
Could you describe that again? Because my internet decided it didn't want Seethe to speak.
Basically, he's used Deadeye Shot, and he's going to try and shoot. So come on, leave that shot.
An 18, okay. And that is going to... that is 1 point above her armor class. So roll your damage.
Come on, Letitia, 15.
Okay,
he just shot her straight up the arse and out the mouth, didn't he?
I was about to ask how you want to do this.
Yeah, just do that.
Okay. She does have resistance to any kind of non-magical damage, but she was on 4 hit points, and that's 15 damage. So the numbers. Okay then.
You are eating goblins will eat this, you fucking bitch.
That is actually quite poetic. I love it. So let's just click over to this. So I would say, for the sake of argument, the combat side of things, or the chase, has been resolved. And we are going to clear the turn order. Yep. So this is what is going to happen next. As you guys are, charging down, you basically come across this pile of black, bubbling goop, little bits of hair and muscle and sinew and claws slowly, virtually not slowly, very quickly starting to erode and fester and dissolve as the demonic entity's physical form starts to...
So, for argument's sake, we wouldn't be able to remove the head as proof, or...?
Not really, unfortunately.
That's just the way it is with demons.
Yeah, a couple of feet behind, you do see the mangled, chewed, slightly steaming corpse of a hobgoblin archer. Roll me a stealth check, please, Seethe.
Okie dokie.
I would say technically their focus is somewhere else, so that would be a 23. So yes.
And I forgot to take it off advantage again.
No problem. It happens. It happens. There's a lot of moving parts to keep an eye off with this system. So the creature before you is at this point just a black, foul-smelling puddle. And you find yourselves panting, the adrenaline slowly wearing down. But you are alone here, deep underground. What would you like to do?
Real quick, I had an idea.
Yes?
We obviously can't bring back like a body part or, a head for proof. Could we possibly collect some of the goo as proof?
You can try.
Okay, who has a empty vial?
I do not believe I do.
Dennis?
Sir Icrius.
Sir Icky knows his foul beasts and whatnot. That's how he managed to come up with the reasonable assumption that this was a bonus in the first place. Would he know if the ichor that demons devolve into when slain is it possible to even contain it, or is it just gonna dissipate anyway, no matter what you try?
That's a religion check with advantage, my friend.
Thank you. Religion advantage, 15.
Yes, you do know that this, you can absolutely store this. It is advised not to be kept on one's person or taken into a home, as it is said to bring such bad luck. But it can be stored, and there are rumors that such material could be used as a ritual component, but no kind of ritual that a law-abiding paladin would indulge.
Indeed. For the sake of keeping it brief, let's say Sir Icrius relays as such, but he stresses that probably not something you want to keep around for long, especially in the comfort of your own home.
I don't think we'll be able to do that very much.
Yeah, we just need to show what's the face, and there's our proof.
I mean, if you're really desperate, you could empty a water skin and try and shove it in there.
Well, let me check my thing. Okay. Looks like I still have a potion of healing. Anybody injured?
Graz is pretty rough.
Yeah, she slowly raises her hand. I didn't want to say anything, but I could do with a bit of that, mate.
He hands her the potion. Once you're done drinking that, we'll use the vial.
Oh, I like the way you think. Drinking sounds really good right now. She pops the cork and she downs it in one. Jurnis, give me a perception or an insight check, if you'd be so kind.
Insight?
Into your good friend. Wow, she's thirsty.
Jurnis is too busy looking at the corner going, Stitch, I am very unhealthy. Oh God.
For Flavor and Skullface, would you like to give me an insight check with advantage too?
Skullface, insight with advantage.
Yeah, you know why she's on edge. It's the same reason you're on edge. These are the things that you were warned about as children. These are nightmares. The worst thing imaginable. Demons that prey on goblin children. It's just stories, of course. Nobody believes it. And
Skullface.
Of one.
Skullface looks at it and just goes, "Goblin eating demon ain't no match for a fucking bullet."
You fucking said it, mate. Graz actually just hugs you and says, "That was one shot in a million."
Alright, so now that Graz has drunk the potion and I have an empty vial, what should I roll to see about collecting this?
Make me a medicine check, please.
I suppose Icrius is kind of caught with the group at this point.
Medicine.
Okay, guys, sorry about that, but to be honest, if I pulled it off, it would have been really freaking cool.
You've got a bit of gravel, get embedded in your face there.
Oh yeah, that happens. It happens.
That's 13.
Did you try surfing too? I tried my shield. Didn't quite work out as well as I'd hoped.
Yeah, I tried using a shovel. Turns out shovel's not so good for floating down things.
Okay. I was going to let you guys do your little riff for a bit. But mark down 3 doses of demonic ichor.
Alright then, we have our proof. Let's get out of here.
Before we go, does anyone need healing?
Ang's good.
Did you roll
Icrius is
for Graz
pretty
to
much
take the
okay.
potion, or shall I do it?
If you would like to do that, mechanically speaking, Graz is your little pet.
So
Yeah, technically, Ang did hand her the potion, so it's her responsibility to roll.
7.
Yeah.
There we are. So 2d4.
No, she was referring to me, the DM.
No.
Okay, so
Jurnis will give her a chaser of whiskey from the flask.
she's definitely going to down that. Oh, right, not to derail things or anything, but those potions, they've got that certain, it's almost like a liqueur taste, but it's not alcoholic, it's like really syrupy. That plus, I'm going to have the shits later. That is horrible. That is the worst taste ever.
You would do like a little...
You are mixing alcohol with medicine, Graz.
I mean, yes, so. That's never hurt me before. She blinks one eye, then the other.
You ever do like a little lemonade, a little iced tea mix? It's like, oh, so good. You should try. Well, you can't now because you're dead.
I mean, really, alcohol is medicinal. Let's be real here.
Fuck yes. Again, the bird speaks sense.
Anyway, perhaps we should get out of here before anyone tries to find out what happened. And I'd rather just get out of here. How about that?
So, for the sake of people's memory, I would say that Icrius and Ang, you would have both been close enough to have noticed a random Tabaxi woman show up in the middle of that kerfuffle.
Oh yes, something I should probably bring up. There was a strange Tabaxi woman along the path. Very rather flirtatious sort too.
A Tabaxi woman? I didn't see anyone. Are you sure?
Oh yes, when I was on the minecart, she changed the track for me.
Yes, and I passed her when I bounded forward.
Jurnis is gonna have a little squint around, see if she can spot her.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
There.
A 15 does not beat the 23 that Seethe gave earlier, so you don't see anything back there, just the little bits and pieces of minecart and other wreckage from before.
He's going to try and smell her out.
Are you sure you didn't just see Ang's shadow?
I'm pretty sure Ang's shadow isn't interested in flirting with me and blowing kisses.
Like I said, Icrius is going to try and smell her out.
Okay. Give me... are you actually transforming?
No, she's just doing it in normal form.
Do you have any kind of bonuses to your perception
Not
when you
really,
do that?
just Not really, no, just regular.
Okay, yeah, well, just roll me a perception then. A 12, again, no. I mean, you don't think he's lying, but you see no sign of this figure.
Well, I can't.
And you didn't see them as you went past either.
Well, I saw nothing. Mind you, I had the face full of gravel, so, but I can't smell her either, so, you know.
You know, at this point, Seethe's gonna pipe up and just make herself known to the group.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly made a scene back there. Definitely made the job a lot more difficult for myself.
Ah, so you had the same quarry, hmm?
In a manner of speaking, my superiors, my benefactors, tasked me with... Sorry, bear with me. Tasked me with investigating this illegal mining operation, and with any luck, put it to an end.
Icrius kind of stands with her kind of leans forward, face like 5 inches from Seethe, and is basically trying to incite her.
Go for it.
$20. Would you like to give me a... Would you say this is a deception or a persuasion, Seethe? You're not technically lying.
She's
I know she's trying to work out who she's working for.
With a 20. The black...
Would there be any tells?
There actually would be. Nothing visible. But with a 20, I would say that Icrius has been around long enough to notice the... I would say on one side, let's see, basically over a heart, where, you know, the lapel would be and everything, there does seem to be the back end of a pin. And you do know that this is a very common trademark of the August Sanctum, the not an Assassin's Guild.
Oh, you're looking for them. Okay.
Well, aren't you a sharp fellow?
Oh, for the record,
yeah, Icrius is a woman.
Yeah, for the record, I would say you don't really do much involved. I'm assuming you don't really spend much time focusing on politics. Seethe.
Me? Oh,
yeah.
Me?
The local politics of the city.
I'd say she does.
Okay. Then in that case, you would actually, after a moment, you kind of blink and realize, oh shit, you recognize who this woman is. This is Councillor Icrius. She is a member of the Wardens, who is like the local militia group, but she's also one of the oldest sitting members of... she's not quite on the city council proper. She's not a member of the plenum, but she is someone who shows up to all the meetings and has a seat at the wider forum, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she's also, you would know this much, she does have the reputation of being batshit fucking insane. And not to be crossed. And that's it.
All right.
At the mention of the August Sanctum, did she mention he was the August Sanctum, or was that all just...
She did not.
She just said, oh, it's them.
Them? Who's them?
Oh, another shady organization, no doubt. The city is full of them.
Oh, no, not shady at all. I mean, well, they basically teach people how to look after themselves, fend off assassins. I mean, that tiefling guy you came in the session with.
Them. And Jurnis is going to slowly glance over to Tahu, who I assume is still with us.
Right.
A friend of yours, Tahu?
Yeah, Tahu, I would actually say that you have seen this person around the college. This is not so much a teacher, but one of the, you know how in certain colleges they have professionals in a particular profession who explain some of basically the actual day-to-day practices of what they do and how to, the actual realities of the job and everything. This is shall we say, a guest speaker from the college.
Wave.
For
Friendly
clarification, this is, CD, give me a history check, because you may or may not recognize this Kenku. Would you actually like to describe, for the sake of argument, since technically CD is, and her player is not quite familiar with everyone, would everyone like to describe themselves to the group?
I imagine you're familiar with Sir Icrius, Frux, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching these episodes.
Yeah, they've been throwing punches in your face at the guy.
Yeah, you don't need to explain Icarus to me.
Good.
Okay.
Probably say Icrius is a 6+. I think she's like 6'4", tan-skinned, blonde, dusty blonde-haired, elven woman with unusually sharp teeth, glowing gold eyes, and some facial tattoos. Very muscular. Skull face is about 3 foot tall, goblin, basically a gunslinger.
I'd say Grasneath as well. She's also a goblin. Pierced ears, sort of like a buzz cut on one side, bit of a fringe. Wears various slightly shoddy, well-worn leathers and travelling clothes. Fairly well armed. And she looks to be, in terms of basically goblins in my setting, they age at the same rate as normal races. So she looks to be in her mid to late 30s.
Okie dokie.
Ang?
Oh, well, Aang is a... Oh, sorry. Where is my sheet? There's my sheet. Okay. Aang is a slightly buff, 6'6" Tabaxi monk with a snow leopard fur pattern.
You certainly were agile out there. I like that.
Yes. Comes from living in the mountains and having to jump around so much.
I can tell. Looking at them sinewy muscles.
Okay. The DM is making notes.
Don't think anything of it.
So, Tahu, to clarify, we kind of skipped over Tahu. How would you describe Tahu's appearance, Cream?
Large crow in a black trench coat.
Mm-hmm. And a cigar.
Or usually some type of smoking apparatus in the mouth.
Not seen, but always present a fuck ton of daggers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say, and that was everybody. And last but very not least, there is a dog. Would the dog like to describe themselves?
I am a dog. No, I'm like a mostly white dog with floppy ears, and I have a light brown spots and a brown face and a pink nose, and I have a sword strapped to my body with a harness. I posted a picture of him in the player chat.
His name is Tiberius. He is the best boy.
I am best boy.
So, for the sake of argument, as I was saying before, yes, Seethe,
sure,
you would
just
actually
sit in the corner then.
Oh, there we go. I knew there was someone. Okay.
Oh dear.
Get Jurnis, holy shit.
That's it, the stream's over. Oh dear. Jurnis is a 5'5" tiefling with deep crimson red skin, as well as 2 curled horns coming out of her black hair that curl back around her head and come back around chin level, much like a ram. She has a rapier at her side, a pistol on the other hip that she looks madly unfamiliar with, and she's also got this long emerald green long coat. She also has a lute strapped over her back.
Also, you would notice she has hooves, which is a rarity for tieflings.
Would Seethe know this?
Give me I would say, either a nature or a religion check.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. You are aware enough of what some people offensively refer as hell-touched. People with bloodlines that at some point or another has either infernal or demonic energy. And you know that this demonic, again, some people refer to it as a taint, this demonic influence, or devilish in some cases, that can last for generations and generations. There are many different types of tiefling. Their skin, the eyes, like various body parts and everything. It's a whole... it's a spectrum. This is one of the few times that you've actually seen a tiefling with hooves, although it has happened. It is a thing that does happen sometimes. But the bearing and everything, there is just something about her that seems... She's a lot higher up in the generational... Her bloodline seems a little more pure and recent than most. You don't think, though, I would say with a natural 20, she ain't a devil. She ain't a demon or anything. This is someone with human blood, but you're not sure how much compared to the other parents.
And she knows this is a rare thing.
In this day and age, yes, because when you get right down to it, the only way to get a first-generation tiefling would be if someone were to get busy with a devil or a demon.
Well, you are certainly an interesting sight. You don't see that every day. And I see you are skilled with the rapier.
Well, one must defend oneself.
Rightly so.
You notice that as soon as you mentioned the first generation tiefling there, her eyebrows just raised up and she's now looking at you with suspicion.
Well, I would say give us an insight, because technically you're not too sure what she's referring to when you say you don't see that every day.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
You've heard that kind of thing. Yeah. You've got an idea what she means.
I'm also assuming that she's been sent by the Sanctum to keep an eye on us.
You don't know that that's what your other friend is here for?
Didn't Jasper straight up tell Jurnis this?
Well, he said that he was sending you a friend to keep an eye on you, to be fair.
Anyway, now that we've made the briefest of introductions, sorry, just gonna look around. Are we in a cave or are we still in an actual mine?
I would say roundabout at this point, you can see where the mine itself kind of fell apart. They didn't really develop any further. At this point, you're getting close to a cave. You were given a map.
Who has
should
the map?
Be in handouts.
Icrius has the map actually, because Chemise basically shoved it into his hands and she couldn't read it, basically.
Yes, and if memory serves, technically you have 2 maps. Let's just see if there was a handout piece. Yes, here we go. Show to players.
I don't know about any of you, but I was not quite paying attention to the turns we took chasing this thing. We need to get out of here.
So, for the sake of argument, where you are on this particular map, the little X here where it mentions Natrix, you went through the northern passage. So technically, while it is fairly large and winding, this is a self-contained passage. All you really need to do is go back the way you came, and you'll eventually find yourself back in Natrix's lair. Icarus, give me a history check real quick.
I'm on it. 20.
You remember a certain unpleasant trader in the basically in the little encampment near the entrance to the mine, who sold you a very expensive map.
Indeed.
Mentioned something about valuable mushrooms. And reading his map, if you were to go back to Natrix's cavern, there is a path from the west, similar to the one that leads you back to the lower level of the mine. Somewhere in the western wall, there might be a path that leads you somewhere interesting.
We probably should head back to this thing's lair. Maybe we can find some evidence or something that maybe is worthwhile.
Always, well, not to be sound dishonest, but if there happens to be any spare coin lying around.
Well, I was trying to say that a little bit more subtly, but yes, I do agree. Let's go and loot her shit. She was obviously an evil bitch. Also,
she absolutely was.
Scully, how do I reload this? She holds up the gun.
Skullface is going to take a quick examination of it. Assuming he would have, what would he have to roll to check it over to see?
Let's see. I would say that's intelligence advantage plus an extra 4 for proficiency, because you know your shit when it comes to firearms.
Okay.
24. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a single shot flintlock, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes. Let me just bring up the little information of ashes to ashes.
Says.
No, you were talking about showing me how to do it, but we never quite got the time.
Okay, Skullface is going to very quickly. He basically takes one of the. I'm assuming the cartridges for it are pre-made.
Yes. How many? Right. So you had, I believe it was. Yeah, it was some glowing ammunition. When yeah, let me just share that as well. How many pieces did you have, Jurnis?
I'm not sure. I think there was maybe between 8 and 12.
There should be a note there somewhere.
Dennis.
Hello?
We've been down here yucking for quite some time, haven't we?
You have.
Has it been... Okay, whatever. Is there enough time to do a ritual cast ceremony on the poor that just got eaten?
You know what? Yes, you'll basically have this conversation above his basically half-chewed corpse.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna do a funeral rite.
Right.
Okay.
Skullface takes one of the cartridges, finds where the bullet is, makes sure there's enough of the paper there. Right, watch. He takes a bullet, part in his teeth, tears it, powder in first, saves the pinch for the primer, bits the bullet in, puts the primer on the pan. There you go.
Oh, that was easy. Thank you. I'll
Yeah,
try to remember
just
that next
remember it
time.
is spite, powder, tap, spit, tap, prime, aim.
Alright, thank you.
You do that good enough, you do that fast enough, you'll get 3 rounds a minute.
I don't believe you, but fair enough. You might be able to. Might take me some time. I cannot find my notes for this.
CD, give me an investigation check, please. I'd say disadvantage if you're trying to be stealthy about it.
Okay. Investigation.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, you get a good look at that map.
Okay. CD's gonna sneak off to what was her name? The cartel lady?
Natrix, yes.
Yeah, she's gonna move on ahead to Natrix's lair. Yeah, she's got a job to do.
Yes. Give me a stealth check, please. And this time it is going to be with disadvantage because the group's attention is not as focused as it was in the past.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay, that is... Ooh, meets it, beats it. And that is perfect. I would say this is perfectly thematic. Tahu, this fellow professional, shall we say, looks to be peeling away from the group and making their way down the corridor.
Follow? As shitty as I might be.
Okay. Seethe, you are you're stealthing perfectly. You know, you are a shadow in the night, invisible. You are the night. A whisper on the clunk, 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 clunk. You turn around and you see the Kenku following you.
Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should put a bell on you.
Where?
So, what do you wish to do? Do you wish to have a brief conversation with your Kenku associates, or this is one thing I didn't quite get a chance to explain to you. So, from your point of view, Seethe, you probably wouldn't know this individual. You don't know everyone at the college. So you're not too sure. In fact, I wouldn't say at this point you know that Tahu is a member of the college.
It did roll a 20 on the history.
Seethe rolled a 20?
Yeah, I remember. If you go back up, there's a history.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, a lot was happening at once. Yeah. In that case, yeah, you would assume that. Yeah, actually, you've seen Tahu once or twice. This is one of Jasper's men. Jasper is one of the members of the college. He's the back end guy. You know, the people who actually, you know, not so much the janitors, but the fixers, the gophers, the people who actually do the basic dirty legwork.
Look, Toho, you gotta stick back with the group. I've got a mission to. Sorry, I've got a mission to work on. You know that.
Right? Confused quack.
Why else would I be here?
Shrug.
You've got to stick with them. I've got to do a bit of investigating in Natrix's lair.
Okay, so do you let this individual go on with their job?
No.
Okay. You just
Because I don't technically have to listen to them.
I love it. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Okay. Seethe, you have an audience.
Oh, the rest of the group's caught up?
I would say this is going on. Here's the thing, though. Sir Icrius is currently working on a ritual that's going to take an hour. Jurnis and Skullface are working on a thing. They're learning how to use the gun. Graz is sort of like propped up in the corner watching Jurnis and drinking. What is Ang and Arcanist doing? And
I'd probably say they be following. We follow Tahu.
Did you notice Tahu?
Well,
it was a six.
Yeah, we noticed.
I'd say at this point, Seethe, you look up and you do notice the rest of the individuals like looking with calm interest at you.
Well, I better be going on ahead. We both have a job to get onto.
And you go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay then. So for the sake of argument, let me just bring you... I'm just trying to position you all on the map. So this... Bam. So here we are. This is the chamber that you were spying on for a while. This is Natrix's personal hideout. As you wander around, you see the various corpses and broken bodies of her associates, henchmen, that this group of individuals thoroughly demolished. And let's see. So I would say over here, you do know that there is a... this is Natrix's personal den. There is an area over here where she would... because you were... How long were you spying on Natrix during your mission?
I have a question while Frux is pondering that.
Yes?
Are we all here, or is it just these... Yeah, like, where is everyone?
I would say, look, mechanically speaking, you guys are going to be... Oh, wait a moment, he's dead. So I would say this little patch here is going to be about... where did you guys end up on the chase? You ended up about... I'd say you're about 300 feet down the road. You're 300 feet down this path.
Dennis, did you turn off the dynamic lighting or anything?
Oh, there it's... Oh, okay, 1 second. Let me just get the...
I can see the
Hang
map,
on.
but there's no colors or anything. It's just...
Yeah. Okay, 1 sec. Why you gotta be this way?
Because a kitten abandoned us, there's no need for a kitten cam anymore.
No! Okay, there's some light. Are you okay now?
No. Specky.
Oh, son of a bee.
Becky and Jurnis can only see the darkness. Well, they can see the maps.
Me too.
How about now? It should be refreshing.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, let me just change Specky's. Let's see. Okay, Specky's night vision distance. Let's just change the tint color to 0. How's that? Is that any better?
Nope.
Nope.
That is weird. I don't know why that is doing that. Is everyone else having the weird black and white issue?
Yep. Just in the map in grey.
Weird. Oh my gosh, did Roll20 do a thing again?
See, the thing is, whenever I first loaded onto the
That's
map,
just
it was
fine.
fine,
That's
and then
fine.
it just kind of disappeared.
Okay,
That's the thing. I tried. Mine's fine.
There we go. Daylight mode. How's that?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Let me refresh and see
Okay,
if that makes any
am I-
change.
Test. Hello, am I coming
Yeah.
through?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Right, sorry.
Now,
I'm saying mine's fine.
yeah, so I don't know what Roll20, man. It's like I love how this service comes up with new and interesting
Oh,
ways
there.
to derail us.
I refreshed on Jurnis' screen, and it seems to have worked, so let's refresh.
Ah, there we
Spins.
go. Same. Worked for me too.
I'm gonna
Okay.
run it.
I'll try it too.
Okay.
BRB.
No problemo. So,
There we go. It's just Roll20 being a dick.
yes, it is. So anyway, you guys, technically speaking, are about 330 feet down there, unless everyone's moving together. So where is everybody stopping for the moment? Because I know that CD wants to head in here and do a little bit of poking around, and Tahu is not letting them out of their sight.
Yeah.
And Arcanis, I believe, was following them, and Doc.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who's across, this little divide here is going to be actually on the map. Anybody over on this end is still technically back there. Were you staying behind, Ang, or were you following the rest of your friends?
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm still getting a grey map even after I refresh.
That's weird. Let me just... Anything? Oh my gosh, wait a second. It helps if I give you vision. Oh, I'm sorry. Your token doesn't have any...
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Oh, wait a second.
I have no vision, like, so every
No,
new
you've
map,
got
there's
vision.
no vision.
You've got vision, Tahu.
Oh, sometimes, yes, I do right now, but, like, there's a lot of times where, like, we go new map and then no vision. New map, no vision. So I'm just like, welcome to the club.
Okay. Right, so can everybody see now, or CD, are you still blind?
Everything's fine now.
Okay, good. That's because your token didn't have eyes. Anyway, so, Arcanis, Dog, Tahu, CD, you are now in this area. Ang, were you following them, or are you staying behind? I see. Right. Well, when Icy comes back, we'll figure out. Yep.
Alright. What's going on?
Okay, so are you hanging around 300 feet back with the rest of the group, or are you following the new Tabaxi and a couple of the others back towards nature? Feet back. You're technically not on the map. Everyone else, you are where you are on the map. Okay. So, Seethe, your objective, you would
I'm
assume
just gonna pause you for a second. waiting for OBS
Natrix's
to reconnect.
personal.
Can you hear me? Nope.
She was a psychopath.
She just deserved what she got.
She's a
would say
demon,
as
so yeah.
I would say as well, you did
Okay,
on
that was great. Can
occasion.
you say it all again because I dropped?
Yeah, okay. So basically, TLDR, this is some of the stuff that CD has seen while she was spying on this room for a while. Over here is a little area that Natrix used as a play corner where she would torture kobolds and goblins for the fun of it. Some of them her own people because she was a psychopath. Over here is apparently her personal area, and CD would know that on at least one occasion she saw Natrix dragging one of her goblin minions behind there. Never saw them come out though.
She is going to approach that room with a rapier drawn. Both rapiers.
Okay.
I reckon she's going to be very close behind.
I'm basically also following very close behind, just watching, wondering what you're doing. Like, arms behind my back, just what you doing?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got Arcanist there. Let me get the specky over here. Okay. You can move freely. So position yourselves where you wish to be.
Boop, 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 boop. Sorry for the sound effects.
I find it highly amusing. Continue with the sound effects.
Yeah.
Where's the door to this thing?
There is no door. As you look around, it is basically it's a curtain. It's a fairly heavy, expensive-looking curtain, but a curtain nonetheless.
Okay. Is there a way I could like go beyond that? Go beyond the curtain without drawing attention? Like sneak past it?
Give
Basically, I want
me...
to go past the threshold of the curtain without like it being obvious.
The way this curtain seems to be weighted at the bottom, it seems fairly heavy. But if you were to get down on all fours with the tip of your rapier or something, you might be able to curl up one edge and maybe peek under.
Curtain, right?
I shall do that.
Okay.
I just cut it.
Okay, first of all, I want the dexterity check from Seethe, and then yes, absolutely, you can just like cut straight through it.
Dexter. Oh, great! Thanks.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, but no, your dexterity check first.
Okay.
An 11. Yeah, it does take a bit, and you hear a slight clink and a shifting of weights. So there's some sort of there's metal weights like washers or something in the bottom that sort of keep it flush to the ground. The light doesn't really pass underneath, but you are slowly starting to lift the corner, and you see a little bit of light actually coming from the other side when you just hear this loud ripping sound from just behind you as Tahu rips it open.
That's quite literally torn it.
Inside, you see a smaller cave filled with, furs and rugs, luxury items. There's gold, there's chests, there are shelves actually pushed up against the wall. Various books, maps across the wall. A very large, comfortable bed seems to have been brought down and constructed here. Also seems to be a very large bath, at least 8 feet wide. And dotted around the floor, you see the half-chewed bodies of 3, you would assume, goblins. It is hard to tell at this point.
Jeez.
One of them floating in the bath.
Someone like the snack in the tub. Agnes is going to step into the room, and she's going to go to check the maps out first.
Okay. Give me... Anybody who is checking out this area, give me an investigation check. But first, Arcanist is checking out the maps. What is Seethe checking out?
Okay. So, what did you say was in the area? Like the maps and what else?
Okay, so we've got there are some. Let me just say. So let's say over there's a few maps. There's also several bookshelves with various books. There seems to be a bunch of chests and lockbox over there. Seems to be various basically food supplies, sacks. And a large, comfortable bed over there.
She's going to check out the lockbox.
Okay, and lastly, Tahu, what are you checking out?
Oh, do I roll investigation as well?
Yes, please. And
Nothing. I'm not checking anything out. I'm carefully watching.
Okay. Seethe, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And last but not least, the dog. What are you doing in this room of terror?
I just wanted to sniff around and see if I find anything cool.
Okay, everybody give me okay, last but not least, dog, roll investigation, please.
Okay. Woohoo!
On brand. Okay, so, first of all,
One.
I love it. She's got -4 intelligence. Well, he's got -4 intelligence.
Dog spots a bone, gets infatuated.
The unfortunate part is that Bone is part of a goblin, and so it's, mate, I'm so sorry. Make a wisdom saving throw, please, dog.
Oh no.
No, Tiberius, no!
I'm so glad none of the goblins in the group are in this room.
Oh,
Ow!
Paladin!
Okay. So, Seethe, you are looking at the wall over here, and I'm so sorry, Arcanist. You, there are maps of the general area around Voarcel. Let me just see if I can actually bring something up from the archives.
Archives.
Yes, because I've archived a lot of the larger area maps. Yes, okay. So, you are looking around here, and it is a map of the wider area of the Spectral Coast. Of course, you are over here in the city of Kuzvel-Grim, but you do notice that there are some marks over here and a couple of times the small town of Velpis to the north east. You also see shipping times. These seem to be notes about the various comings and goings from the main river that leads, from the sea into eventually the city itself. I would actually say over here on the to another cartel, regular meetings with a cartel that is referred to as the Brine Runners. Now, I would say that Arcanis is at least aware of some of the different cartels. Give me a history. I'd say history advantage, given how old you are. Though this is not really your, the lower city politics are not really your area. You're more in the upper city. Okay, though, 14.
15.
You. Oh, I did say with disadvantage. Did I say advantage?
You said advantage because of how old she is.
I did. Oh, yeah. I'm so changeable. I'd say 15. You do know that the Brine Runners are the cartel who manage the import and export of various goods, services, and individuals to and from the region. At least for the cartels. Meanwhile, so with that nat 20, Seethe, you absolutely find what you are looking for. There are a large, I would say normally I'd have you roll to unlock, but yeah, basically with a 24, let's just, skip that, and it is basically unlocked. There are ledgers and a personal diary listing various notes, little bits of information, names. The particular thing you are looking for, and I just want to confirm.
Can I add a bit of flavor here?
Yes, dear.
She's just flicking through all these things as she's like laying on that bed there.
Yes.
Being all flippant about it.
Okay, well, TLDR, the things that you're casually tossing aside and everything, yeah, those are the things you're here for. Next up, Tahu, as you're side-eyeing this individual suspiciously, you hear a... And over here, Dog is currently...
And my vision went grey.
Same here.
Fine.
It's back!
Okay, now that is literally not me. That is nothing I'm doing, I give you my word.
I'll let it refresh. See if it comes back.
Roll 20. Why is it gonna be this way?
No, okay, I can see again. I can see clearly now.
Now the rain has gone. Jeez. Okay. But yeah, basically you hear this growling sound and you see Dog is partially dragging this mangled goblin corpse by the leg. Bones sticking out.
No.
I'd say at that point it's a perfect time for us to skip back over to the rest of the group who at this point are making their way down to see the rest of the group.
Did we just leave Icrius behind, or did he abandon his hour-long ritual?
I mean, I presume with how long that took, the hour was done.
Oh yeah. For the sake of argument, that was an hour.
Yeah, time skip.
It took you a while to get your gun all sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the bit in here, right? No, you put that bit over here.
An hour flies when you're having fun, trust me. Speaking of looking at the time, we'll be wrapping up soon.
Yep. I'm blind!
Yeah, sometimes
I'm
when
on the
you
map,
touch
but
it,
I'm
you
blind!
touch it.
Okay, let me just boop, and let me delete that line there. Okay. So you are now all here.
Where's
Wait, can you?
Graz?
Graz is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Her token was all the way down here. Derp.
Oh,
Graz
there
is
you
with
are,
you.
Graz.
I'm not kidding. I can't. Everything's grayed out. I can't see anybody else's tokens.
Refresh the
Refresh.
screen.
That's the problem we've been
Refresh.
having all night. Just refresh.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, pretty much the whole way up to Jurnis has kept a hand on Graz's shoulder because she's recognised that the goblet is slightly freaked out, and also Jurnis is slightly freaked out.
Yeah, she is not taking her hand off yours. She's not looked at you, but she's not taken her hand off, and you can feel she is still trembling.
I'd say Skullface, he's not happy about seeing the Barges, but after splattering his guts across the floor, he's pretty much, that's a nightmare. Fuck nightmares.
For the sake of brevity, Sir Icrius, I'm going to ask you to stop a little bit, and I apologise about this. Because of our timing, this is a shorter episode. There is something I would like to do first.
Okie dokie.
Uh-oh.
Lady Chemise, as you guys are walking back, I'd say Icrius, as you're heading towards the back, you're at the back of the group, she's behind you. You look over your shoulder and you notice that she has been looking back more and more at the dark passage that you have gone down. And she seems distracted.
Something on your mind, Lady Chemise?
Could say that.
I mean, I know we have to go further in at some other point, but you can wait a little while, I reckon, while we finish up business with this lot.
You know, I was thinking that too. You know, Sir Icrius. She turns and smiles at you and, holds out a hand to you.
Icrius will take the hand. Yes, my lady.
She holds it in hers and she smiles, pulling you in a little closer. I wanted you to know something. It's how lucky you are. How lucky you are that you had absolutely no idea. You never even came close. Thank you for everything.
Oh, God.
Would you please give me a Constitution saving throw as you feel this cold iciness come from your chest? As she pulls you in close, you see her other hand just reach forward and through your chest like it's not there.
Oh shit, son! Do we hear his pained exhale?
I'm going to say for the moment of this cutscene, because it kind of is a cutscene, I'm going to say you're too far ahead for the moment.
Cutscene.
And yeah, you got the joke. And here's the thing, you look down, her hand is through your rib cage, but there is no blood. It is just like she has no-clipped through, and you feel her hand around your heart. And as you look up, the illusion that she has been presenting this whole time, this strange, cold sensation at the back of your head fades. and you see something dead, skeletal, barely any skin left, eyes staring at you, a rigor mortis grin, the same clothes, the same dusty robes, just this ever grinning smile. But that's not the worst part of it. The worst part is moving through the skull and the eyes, wrapped around her head, lined her neck like this weird boa turban, is blackness, like ink in water, this flowing, ever-moving shape. Her head tilts from one side to the other, and as your eyes look up, you see almost like a puppet would, this black mass is moving her. It is her. And it also rides her. And in this void, you see like stars winking in and out, these small green points of light regarding you. And you hear both of them this time. Both Chemise's voice and a voice that you might remember from your dream.
Mm-hmm.
They say, "Thank you, Paladin. We could have been patient, but honestly, we've been patient long enough. Our business is our own. It doesn't concern you. You brought us exactly where we needed to be, and that's why you get to live. Pursue us, and you will suffer." And the rigor mortis grin of the skeletal figure in front of you widens, and in front of you, it's not so much a mouth, but it's hard to describe, but the blackness grins also.
Oh, God.
And I would say at that point, you are going to find yourself paralyzed on the floor as Chemise slowly removes her now skeletal hand from your form. I would like you to roll me 2d6, please.
Sure.
Okay. Your maximum hit points have been reduced by 3.
Oh.
You are currently paralyzed. You are prone. And you can only watch unblinking as the inky, shadowy form takes control again of the form of Lady Chemise, and the eyes not leaving yours scuttle spider-like across the wall out into the darkness. And that, I think, is where we're going to leave things for tonight.
Bloody hell.
Oh shit, son. So we're just gonna turn around and see Icky just on the ground.
Yes.
Bad boy.
Yeah, I did have Dee had a little speech that she'd written, and she did have a little bit more, but unfortunately, it's like here we go. Oh, Icarus, Sir Icarus, dear Icarus, you fought so long and so hard to show people what the true face of living death looks like, and now we can do that together. We can show them the true face of living death. And it's mine. But for now, I need time to become who I was truly meant to be. And that my darlings, is the return of Voarcel. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was
Mwah.
great.
Yes, it's good to be back.
And do you know what else is good to be back? You
Yes.
noticed if you check in the chat, our dear friend Bloody has been here.
Hey, welcome back, Bloody. We missed you.
We have very much missed Bloody.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as I say, I am very limited in the number of windows I can have at any one time because of all the stuff I'm trying to reference and all that. Oh my gosh! I just saw the player chat with the dog of the bones. Oh, that's something. That's something to deal with next week. So, first of all, the usual shenanigans. What would you say the play of the game was?
Shouldn't the barger stop the arch?
Yeah.
Yeah, the killing shot was nice. And what would you say the fail of the game was?
Icrius' best friend
yeah.
being an
Yep.
undead evil.
Well, that happens. We've all had days like that.
Either
How
that
about
or
equal
gravel
level
to the
mine
face.
That's it.
Yes, the face plant. Yeah, my shield surfing didn't pay off.
It occurs to me that could apply to several people on this group today.
So, questions, comments, theories.
Comment. That 2d6 could have gone a whole lot worse.
Yes, it could have, you lucky bastard.
It also could have gone a whole lot better. He could have only lost 2.
True, but I'll take a 3. That's fine. It's better than like the alternative, which could have been 12. Ooh.
Yeah,
Can you
maximum of 12.
5?
Well, here's the thing. What is your current hit points at the moment?
Right now it's 33.
Well, there you go. Plenty left to play with.
Yeah. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting this big reveal to happen quite so suddenly.
That's
Wait, you're
the
a
thing.
You're a paladin and you only had 36 for?
Yes.
I'm a monk and I have 32. Jesus.
I have 32, and I'm squishy as fuck.
I'm a fighter
He had
with 30.
the arm, though.
I just followed Dennis's recommendations for setting up a character sheet using average rolls for each level, and that's what it gave me.
Alright.
Fair enough.
I mean, could I be rolling?
I would say this. Normally, I do the average rolls, but I do trust the players if they have a particular thing that they. If you're being fair, if you guys are being fair and you're not like, I want to max everything.
I'm gonna say I've random rolled for both my characters and they've got like 40 to 50 hit points each.
The fuck?
Well, you know what can I say, Icky? Sometimes the dice are mean to you. But
Yeah, sometimes they are like the nat 1 on the con save.
oh, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, there was a particular thing I was going to say. The twist. Yeah, this it's like Chemise and her friend were saying to you. Normally, they're very patient. They would have actually been willing to lurk around with you guys a little bit longer, but you know what? When you're right there, fuck it.
Yeah.
And who's gonna follow them?
Bitch didn't pay us yet.
No, she didn't. You actually thought she was going to. That's
No.
I also love how both Graz and Jurnis are currently completely terrified of what's going on here, and they're just comforting each other. It's like, I don't want to
Yeah.
be here. either.
Skullface is going to make you all swear to secrecy that in front of his pet family you do not mention the bar guest.
Oh yeah, no, that would be a thing. That would be a
Yeah.
The very idea that there is one in the city area, period, would send the entire goblin population into a panic.
Here's a thing. He's not scared of the bar guest.
Fully noted, Dennis.
He's scared of what his mother will do to him if she finds out he killed one.
What would your mother do?
Exactly. That is what terrifies him.
It's good to know that Icrius' suspicions about Chemise since the first session they were together have been validated.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Now he has
So-
to try and explain this to everyone else.
Really? Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Any other questions? Any comments? Any theories?
Well, Icrius is trying to work out what the exact operation here was from the maps, basically.
Okay. We'll get some details on that for you next week. Suffice it to say, she was making... I would say, actually, given the fact that her personal diary is in Seethe's possession, Seethe would have a much better idea of why she has all these notes about shipping while she is working on something underground. So, with that having been said, thank you all for joining us. It's been fun. I miss doing this. I really enjoyed Frozen Sick, but again, the problem with that was, for me at least, I was using somebody else's words, somebody else's world, and it's fun to play with your own toys. You know,
Yeah.
it's fun to just like have your own crafted thing back, and yeah. It's good to be back. So, Frux, what did you think of your first time visit?
I loved it, but I also feel me splitting up from the rest of the party to go to Icrius's lair inadvertently split up the party enough for Icky to get heart squeezed.
Aww.
It would have happened anyway. It would have happened anyway.
Could have worse.
Still.
She could have broke your heart.
Yep.
Alright, so, shall we go down the list? I've DC'd, haven't I?
Mwah, love it. Okay then. So, going down the list then, that's going to be a good night from the not so good boy. Bad dog, no, pull it down, pull it down. Yeah.
Woof.
A good night from the slightly paralyzed paladin, Kubur.
Good night, everyone. Sleep tight.
A good night from the hyper suspicious and not at all stealthy Cream.
Quack.
Yes. A good night from our new Tabaxi associate, who I'm sure is not going to have any kind of ulterior motives for doing anything. No, no, no. Frux?
Of course not. Get this bird away from me.
I love how it's. I just realised as well. I love the mental image of the fact that this cat is trying to avoid being followed by a bird. That's just there's something there that I just love. A good night from the hyper-fast Kung Fu Kitty, Icy.
Good night, everyone.
And a good night from Jurnis Spring Singer.
Did you forget Jurnis again?
No.
I know when you're lying, Dennis. Jonas has ideas about perhaps setting up the kitties together.
I have a joke, but I'll wait till we're off stream.
And last but not least, a good night from Icrius and from Skullface, Seethe.
Night, night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
See you
everyone.
next week.
Night night.
Bye.